All right, Joe, Adam here again. And if you watch my other videos, you know I've done a lot of videos about marijuana, but I'm in Malaysia and maybe you're somewhere where marijuana is not legal as well and you want to find some alternative. Maybe you've heard about some alternatives and want to know, will they work? Well, I'm wondering too, so I'm going to try a few different things. I have two things right now. I think I'm going to get two other things. So what am I going to try? What will possibly get me high in a legal way? These are totally legal here. Check your jurisdiction, your local stupid laws, and see if they are legal where you are. But I think most places they are legal as well. So I have kind of four ideas that I'm going to try, and one of them I've tried before many, many years ago, but I barely remember it. And the other one's three totally new things for me. And I contacted this company who I'm not going to name because I asked them if they would, comp me some merch, give me some free herbs, and I would give them a shout out. But they didn't want to play ball, so they're not going to get a shout out. They could have, millions and millions of views, but sorry guys. But if you change your mind, contact me. Okay, so first thing I'm trying is called Cana, but on the package, I'm going to cover the label because, like I said, they didn't pay me. They didn't even give me free stuff. Scledium tortuosum extract. Okay, some kind of plant. I don't know anything about plants. All right, so this one, I'm going to open it, unbox it. Not really an unboxing, kind of opening it. Let me open it this way so you can see. And then I'm going to smell it. I'm going to probably taste it, and then I think my plan is to make a tea with it. Maybe add some rice milk. But I don't really know exactly how much I need, but it seems to be about 1 gram is what I'm aiming for. This is 100 grams, so 1/100th of this. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. Okay, so the bag is open. Oh, there's another bag inside. I didn't realize that. Okay. Powder. It's kind of like got a tan texture. It's like sand almost. Yeah. I think I can already smell it through the bag. Yeah, there's some powder. Interesting. It's not, I had no idea what it would smell like. Yeah, it smells like, I don't know how to describe it. Kind of had a bittery taste to it. Okay, interesting. It doesn't taste bad, but it definitely doesn't taste good, or it smell good. So I think, I'm probably gonna need to add some rice milk to it. I think though, first, before I even try it as a tea, I don't know if you can smoke it. I don't smoke, but I mean, you may want to look into that too. I just kind of want to try the taste. Maybe put a little under my tongue. So I have a very small amount. Well, yeah, I would not want to eat that straight. So I think I'm going to put a good amount in the water I got here. I think I'm going to go for about, let's see. So again, I have no idea what the effects of this is going to be. I'm going to kind of timestamp it. Right now it is 9:27 a.m., 9:27 in the morning. And I'm going to take about this much. See if I can do this without dropping it. It's like about not even a quarter of a tablespoon. So I'm going to stir it in. It's really sticking to the spoon. Interesting. All right, put that down. Let it dissolve a little. You have to scrape it off with a knife. I have another. From what I've read, there aren't any major drug interactions, but as always, consult your doctor. Blah blah blah. And I'm not on any medications, so I'm not really worried about anything. Usually in the morning I have tea, but even that I skipped this morning, green tea, because I just didn't want any caffeine or anything. I haven't eaten today, and we're gonna see what the effect is. So it did finally come off the spoon a little. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to add some rice milk. Actually, no. Let me try it first without rice milk, just to get see how strong the flavor is. Yeah, it doesn't really dissolve right away. I had to stir it quite a bit. Might want to leave it for 10 minutes and let it really dissolve in the water. But I'm gonna taste test it first. Actually, it's not. Once it's in water, it's not that bad. It tastes kind of like tea, actually, like kind of like Lipton, like black tea or something. But I am still gonna add. I am still gonna. Are you done? I'm gonna still get. I'm gonna add some rice milk. This is just unsweetened rice milk, pure harvest. I don't know if they sell this in America. I don't think so. Australian made. They are not. Not a product placement. They're not giving me free rice milk, but that'd be cool. Yeah, but this is my rice milk of choice. All right. I think I'm just gonna down it in one shot. And I don't know, my experience with anything is that usually by about 2 hours, you're feeling what you're gonna feel. I wonder if I should add a little cinnamon. Usually with this milk, I like to add a little mixed spice, which is clove, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg. So why not? I don't think it'll affect anything. Just a dash. All right. So I'm going to stir it and just down it in one shot, and then probably take a break from you guys and return when I start to feel anything, if I feel anything. From what I understand, basically you just feel relaxed with this, but I mean, that's such a generic term, and there's other indications. Maybe I'll put right here what's supposed to happen here. Okay, so we're going to see. So let's down this guy and keep an eye on the clock. It's 9:30 right now. Yeah, that wasn't, I mean, it wasn't great tasting, but it wasn't bad tasting. It wasn't that strong. I don't know how much I'm going to need to take to get a actual dose, but we'll see if this was enough. And if it wasn't, maybe in a few hours I'll take some more. We'll see. So we'll see. All right, it's now 11:03 a.m. So it's been about an hour and a half. And let's see, I'm pretty sure it's peaked. It feels like it's well peaked. And so let me describe what happened. So I think about a half hour in, I started to feel it, and it's very hard to describe how it felt. Like, it was very slight. It's kind of relaxed feeling, kind of slowing things down. Felt pleasant. It felt pleasant, but nowhere near as strong as marijuana at this point. So I think, yeah, I would say it peaked around like 45 minutes in, and then like around maybe an hour in, it started to really just wear off. And I feel it still a little. I mean, I still feel it, but it's very slight. I feel like I could easily be outside doing anything without any problem on this. It doesn't feel like drunkenness or really highness. It doesn't feel like that at all. It just feels very pleasant, very positive overall. And yeah, I think I think though it wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be. So I think I'm going to try again tomorrow with about twice the dose, about maybe about half a tablespoon, and see what happens with that. So see you there. All right, the next day has arrived, as it usually does. I wanted to mention a few things before I do my heavier dose of Cana, as I promised I would. So the first thing is that the price. I didn't mention yesterday, but I bought this 100 grams of Cana for about like $7 US, so pretty cheap. I don't know how much, I haven't really figured out the regular dose, but based on what I've seen so far, that's pretty inexpensive, especially if it does what you want it to do. And what is it you want it to do? There's a lot of supposed uses for it. One thing I was kind of curious about, because I've been trying to go to sleep earlier by like 10 or 11 o'clock. It never seems to happen because I live near a loud, annoying mosque that does a prayer call at like 6 in the morning. So I want to get like a good amount of sleep, but the problem is I can never usually sleep by 10 or 11. That's like impossible for me. So I've been kind of looking for a way to sleep earlier, and I wanted to see if this and the other things I'm going to try will have any effect on sleep and help me get to bed earlier. But I don't know, because yesterday I was kind of tired. I had not only slept like 5.5 or 6 hours of sleep. And then after, so I took it in the morning yesterday, and then in the afternoon I took a 2-hour nap. But I think that may have just been because I needed a nap. And then one thing I noticed was that, I said the main effect did not last that long, but I noticed like I had like a slight grogginess throughout the rest of the day. And again, it's kind of hard to describe what it was like, but I didn't really feel like doing anything. I guess in that way it was kind of similar to being stoned, but definitely not the same experience as being stoned. But it's just like I wasn't very motivated to do anything. I just wanted to like veg out and watch TV or something and not think too much. Yeah. So I haven't quite determined how this affects sleep yet. Today I'm doing it at a different time. It's 3:30 p.m. and I've been up since like about 8 o'clock this morning. I slept in a little more, but I slept pretty bad last night. I was up to like 2:30 in the morning. So I don't know. I just took a nap about an hour now, and I've eaten 2 meals today, breakfast and lunch. I ate lunch a few hours ago, so very different circumstances. But I am going to do a heavier dose. One effect that I heard about was that it might act as like a hunger suppressant and make you not hungry. I can only say that yesterday when I did this like before breakfast, I was already hungry, and then I did it and I was still hungry, and I ate afterwards. So it did not it did not suppress my hunger, at least in that instance, but that is supposedly one of the effects. Okay, I think that's all the main things I wanted to mention before we get cracking into today's adventure. Since I'm doing a heavier dose, I'm not even going to do water. I'm just going to do basically powder and rice milk and a little spice and chug it down and see what happens. I hope I'm gonna try and kind of record me as I'm feeling the stronger effect. I think yesterday I didn't because I kind of expected it to get stronger, and then it pretty much within an hour it had already peaked. So I don't know, maybe because I'm eating today, I ate before today, and because I'm doing a heavier dose, maybe this will be a longer effect or more slower to come on, who knows. But I think I'm going to do about pretty good dose. Let's see if I can show you. About almost like almost half of a tablespoon. And I'll put it in. This is like about at least twice what I did yesterday. And then I'm going to just pour some rice milk, mix it, and take it down. Let's see. I'm sure you could do this with any kind of milk, as far as I know. I did read, I read yesterday too a lot about this. I guess there's a lot of things about it. Like, here's what the plant looks like, if I haven't shown it at this point in the video. And it's from South Africa, and I think it has a lot of different names it goes by, scientific names that it's known for, synonyms and related species, I think, or very similar species. And yeah. Oh, and I read actually the Italian Wikipedia entry and the English Wikipedia entry, and I do notice that it doesn't come off the spoon very easily. It really, so I think I'm going to let it sit a little longer today and really kind of see if it'll dissolve a little more. Add a little more of this. Okay. But I did read and notice that often the different Wikipedia versions, there's kind of different information, and there were basically, I think, the Italian version and the English version. The Italian version had a lot more kind of drug interaction warnings that the English version did not. I don't understand all the drug interaction warnings, but I don't know. I think you should probably read it or consult your doctor or read about it, because one thing Wikipedia is kind of like a general one, but if you want like more experiences, the website, I don't know if it's the main website anymore, but you know, like 10, 15 years ago, it was kind of like the drug website for experiences, Arrowhead, and they're still up, so you can still find it, but there may be something more popular now, perhaps. Yeah. Yeah, it's really like a sludge on the spoon. So I'm gonna leave it for a few minutes, and then I'll come back and I'll drink it. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna stir it and take it down. Let's see what we got. I think a blender might be an option too. See my video on marijuana smoothie if you want some smoothie advice. Wow. I could really, even with the rice milk, I could taste it more today. It was definitely more noticeable. That's kind of a, I don't know, just kind of a slightly bitter taste to it. Yeah, you could tell the powder on itself is very, yeah, it might be better like in a smoothie. Mix it up with like yogurt or banana or something more sweet. I mean, rice milk is slightly sweet, but you know, very slightly. You can probably do more. Okay, so let me timestamp this. It is 3:40 p.m. and I will probably check in with you in a while. Okay, it's now about, you can see the clock back here, 5:15. So it's been about an hour and a half, and it's coming on way slower than yesterday. I can feel it, but I think because I had eaten a few hours before, it's just, you know, it's working its way in a lot slower. And I guess the way I would describe it is it just feels relaxed. And unlike yesterday, I feel like I've been able to do things and work, maybe because it is like coming on slower. And I really don't know if if this is as strong as it's gonna get. It feels pleasant. It just doesn't feel anywhere near like a marijuana high. I wouldn't call it like that at all. It just feels kind of slower and relaxed. Yeah, pleasant. I enjoy it, but it's not like, I don't feel like it's slowing me down at all today. I'm going to walk the dog and I don't think I'm going to collapse in the parking lot or anything like that. But who knows if I don't finish this video. So, yeah, I think basically I'm just going to ride it out tonight and see how strong it is and see if it makes me, maybe I'll be able to go to bed earlier, or maybe not. I've heard other things say that it may like actually contribute to insomnia. So we'll see tonight. Maybe I'll be able to go to bed before 11, which is what I would like to do. And yeah, otherwise I'll report tomorrow on how I slept. And I think tomorrow I'm going to try a much smaller dose just to see, like closer to bed tomorrow, like maybe like 7 at night. Maybe after dinner, I'll try a very small dose to see if that affects my sleep in any way. But other than that, I think I've basically experienced the basic effect of this plant, and it's pleasant, but I wouldn't say it's like something I'm really excited about the way I get excited about doing marijuana. It's just like, it's whatever. So we'll see though. I'll report tomorrow. Okay, I had a change of plans today. I was gonna just do a small dose later in the afternoon, evening, but instead I decided, I don't know, I was up till like 1 last night, so it didn't help me sleep, I guess. And this morning I didn't eat breakfast, and I decided to try it again on an empty stomach. So one thing I found was that, you know, I had been mixing it with rice milk to kind of mask the flavor, but I actually find that it's not that difficult to drink with just water. In fact, it seems to almost taste better. So I think maybe adding the milk, the two flavors kind of clash. So I would recommend just doing it with water, and I add some cinnamon. That really helps the taste, and it's not bad at all. I did a lot today, a fair amount, but I didn't do it as one vast like spoonful. I kind of did a little and then waited a half hour, drank a little more. Probably about 4 or 5 times I did that, hoping that it would get a pretty strong effect, but I don't think it's ever been quite as strong as the first time. I may have been developing a tolerance, but it's not very strong. I've never found it very strong or overwhelming. And overall, I described it as relaxing, but I can't say that it's like, I don't know, it doesn't feel pleasantly relaxing in a way that I want it to be, or that I kind of expected with marijuana. So, as I said before, I don't find this positive and exciting enough. It doesn't seem to help my insomnia. And yeah, I don't feel like there's enough going for it. So I will not be doing Canna again. I did read that you can smoke it or kind of inhale it, snort it, I guess, but I'm not going to do that to try it out. I think you don't need as much from what I read to get an effect. I think drinking it or ingesting it, even like putting it under the tongue, maybe you're still going to need more than smoking it or sniffing it. So that may be an option if that's something you want to do. But I'm not, and I'll finish what I have. But other than that, I'm going to move on to a new plant substance to try. The other one I already have, and I have more plans. So make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned to see what I'm going to try next. What herbal high or potential high. I wouldn't describe Kanna from what I've done, the amount I did, as a high. I don't feel high at all. Like I feel like just kind of slower and relaxed, but nothing in a very exciting way. So I think I'm overall pretty much done with Kanna. And yeah, see you in the next video to see what new herbal drug I explore.